I'm gonna show you guys some of the inspiration journey to get to a few projects at Bethel, but the first one is the Homecoming album this last year. You can see, I think this is revision 5, which is the latest one that I did in 4/16. So this would have been 3 months before the tracking. But, and again, I just want to reiterate, this is all for me done in team. Like, I'm not the only one coming up with all this stuff, but I just want to show you how my brain works and process throughout this ability of developing my creativity and myself. Here's some inspiration that I pulled from my inspiration book. The picture on the left, have no idea where it's from. I just had it in my stuff. I probably screenshotted it. It's like a brutalist architecture building. And the right is from a video game, actually, manual that I took a picture of at a Barnes & Noble. What I loved about it, I love the lines. I love the phrase structural rhythm. I love the simplicity of it. I like the grid pattern on the right picture on the top, the grid like lighting. These inspired me. So when we're talking about this concept for Homecoming album, and we were gonna be in the Civic, that's all I knew, which is our auditorium in Reading. It's like the biggest venue we have in Reading. I kind of thought something like this would be really cool. And Liam, who helps production design for us, helped kind of come up with the first concept of it. But I'll show you kind of where this went. This is another inspiration picture, not something I took. I just put some words at the top, black gloss floor, 1 foot riser, definitely was not a foot, way higher than that at the end of the day. Flooring extends out to the first few rows of the crowd. That didn't happen either, but the picture's cool and the lines are cool. Here's another page of this. Structural rhythm, the same line that I used in the last couple slides ago. 60-foot line beams of light wash, consistency from crowd to stage to crowd. And I took a picture that Liam sent me and turned it upside down. So that's what that is. And then here's the Vectorworks file. I didn't build this, Andrew Kelch and Liam did. But they put kind of the idea into life. And this is like an older version too, because this doesn't have the tiered, which you'll see in a second, but this was just a flat revision of it. And here's the outcome. So the left picture really shows you the like arcing nature of the lines, and the second picture just kind of shows you a straight on shot. Thanks, Drake, for all the tracks and stuff. And here's another photo. There's Hunter. Kind of see the lines again, just a different angle. Here's JP. Do you guys kind of see though how just like having a little bit of inspiration handy, I was able to make this brief. And just so you know, this is like my favorite part, ready? This is how many versions I had of it. And they go back all the way to November 2020. And so it's definitely a process. This isn't simple, but I think just realizing like, hey, this idea of self-development, getting myself in a place where I can receive creatively, how am I growing myself, really can impact what you're doing on the stage, on your console, exploring more. Here's another one I want to show you guys. This is the Brandon Lake EP, House of Miracles. This was about a month before we tracked, I guess we made this. This was kind of a last minute project too, but I love heavy music. So I was inspired by heavy music. The two images on the right are from a heavy hardcore band. State Champs is like a pop punk band. And then the middle was a picture from a venue I used to attend in Arizona called The Underground. You can see it's got that really cool eagle vibe, painted mural behind the band. And so I used this and we created a set for Brandon in a warehouse in Nashville. And basically did the eagle, traditional eagle, had a tattoo artist draw those, the tiger and the eagle, and did the big lake banner and did a lot of JDC ones, and just real warehouse raw feel. The sound was tough. Jonah will tell you. Here's another photo. I like this set. It's pretty cool. We also did some projection on it too. You can see the projectors up top. One was hitting Brandon, and the other one was hitting the drape. But yeah, I just show you those not to just pop it in or try to show off. I just think having an inspiration catalog around you, which only is going to come from you bettering yourself and growing yourself, stretching yourself in different areas, both creatively and leadership for your team. Couldn't do these without team. Which brings us to our next section, the crew, right? Let's talk about the crew. Here's some culture tenets. These are Bethel culture tenets, but you guys can copy them, take a picture if you want. For me, these are some of the most important ones. I shared this with our team in January, but we're Christians, Christ-like in who we are. Number one, that's what we are first, before we're technicians, before we're employees. We love and pursue the presence of God. We are on time and value others' time. So, Bill Johnson, our pastor, says, on time is early. Being early is on time is being late, I guess, something like that. You guys get what I'm saying. Good stewards of what we've been given. We tend to our own fires. And that's spiritually, right? Like, we care enough about our spiritual health that we read our Bibles. We commune with the Holy Spirit. I like this one. We live sober-minded. We don't abuse substance. We don't abuse alcohol. We come to work mentally prepared. We are humble and not vain. We are not boastful. And last one, we are planted in our church and believe in what we are doing. That's just a few of them. There's a few more, but I think this covers like the general heart of our production team at home. And it's a journey, right? Like, not everyone is fully on the same page. We try to reiterate these, but really in the day-to-day. But I think it's good to know where we're headed towards and what we believe. Let's talk about the core team. Power is really in the community. It's in the tribe. Your team should feel you beside them as much as they feel you leading them. And you really aren't a superhero, and you really can't do everything on your own. It's a hard realization, but it's true. You will never reach your capacity or the capacity of what your church is capable of in a technical sense without a strong team around you. Here's the three things, you can write these down too, that will help keep you grounded. Number one, I don't know everything and I will never know everything. That's true. Number two, someone else on my team may know more than me. And number three, I don't lose if someone on my team wins. This can be pretty tough, especially as the leader, especially if you see someone who's better at you than at mixing, or better at you than what you feel passionate about. I have found that the more I lay down my talent and gifts in favor of someone else, God has always rewarded me. And I don't need to strive. I just need to be the best me. And if the best me isn't mixing front of house at Bethel, I'm absolutely okay with that. I'd rather have someone up there who's going to do a great job, and I get to support them.